The primary purpose of the CAF podcast is to express platform for creatives to express their personal views or opinions without restriction or censorship. All views or opinions expressed during the CAF podcast are solely those of individuals expressing such views or opinions and does not reflect the views of the CAF podcast.
Season 6 Cal Podcast, we back with another episode, and I finally got somebody from Duval back on the podcast. It was hard getting people from this city to get on. I don't know why, but I got a classmate of mine. She used to do my hair when I had hair. Graduate of 05 Ribault Trojan. We want to welcome to the Cal the one and only Miss India Shaban. How you doing, India?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm just happy to get somebody on from Duval back on in the Cal podcast.
Okay.
So
anytime.
So you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the first question we asked India, we did not come up with this question. We stole this from Charlemagne the God from the Breakfast Club. India, how is your mental health?
Oh, that is a loaded question.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, I guess. It's good. I don't even know how to answer that honestly, because I mean,
no, we gotta check because everything that happened with COVID, and then you got Black Lives Matter, and then we just had to check on people because a lot of people was inside the house, and we don't know how that affected them. So we start asking that question, and you wouldn't be you'll be surprised at the response you get from people who you think doing good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to keep it as positive as I can. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot. But that's just life. So you have ups and downs. You just gotta know how to roll with it and pick up the pieces and keep pushing.
And then our second question is, this is my question because I didn't see white women, Mexican women, Asian women, Northern women. I only saw Black women getting attacked. And if it wasn't for one lady, if it wasn't for her dog, that man would have got her. So we asked every woman on the show, do you have a gun? And do you have a gun license?
I have a gun. It's registered in my name, but no, I don't have a concealed carry.
Well, in the state of Florida, we don't need it no more.
You don't need it no more anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, okay, as long as you got that taken care of, we're good to go. All right, and
yeah.
So this season, we talking about assignment and attachment. Assignment attachment with people from relationship to family and friends. So I got to ask you, what does that mean to you?
It's like a soul tie, so an attachment is, of course, hard to break. A lot of times we build bonds of trauma. We relate to each other. Different situations in our lives that we can relate with other people that understand where we come from. Mm-hmm. And then when you feel like you have somebody that can just tap into, your experiences and understand what you're trying to say or how you're acting, or if you're acting out, you want to hold on to that person. So a lot of times we can build attachments for the wrong reasons, but that's what we do. Trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Hold that left hand up again, India.
Huh?
Hold your left hand up again.
Hold my left hand up?
Yeah. India, you married?
Huh?
You married?
Yeah.
When you got married?
June. This past June.
So, Chad, wait a minute, hold on. So, this finna get real good. So, did you have like a little small wedding? Y'all just went to the court, or y'all just said, hey, let's just do this?
Yeah, it was just between me and him and the kids. We went to court, had it done, taken care of.
I'm talking to a married woman now.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we get back on, so how's that life going for you?
It's going good. It is what, huh?
So this person that you married to, did you know that? Because now it ties in good now because with assignment and attachment, like you knew this person was assigned to you. When did you know that person was really assigned to India, or did you know when you was assigned to him?
It's a lot of things that make me feel like I was assigned to him, but I guess I need to open up a little bit more, right?
As much as you want to, because this will be
Right.
on you. This will be on YouTube. So if you don't want it to be out there, keep your mouth closed, or call me 2 days from now and say, "Hey, can you go back and take this part out?"
Right. Oh, hold on. Can I just turn the camera off?
For a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me turn the camera off for a second.
Go ahead. We got time.
Hold on.
I can do a quick commercial break. I'm gonna do a quick commercial break, but go ahead, do what you gotta do.
Okay, let me get myself together because there's a lot to try to prepare for that part. Yeah. Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Delisa. I'm the owner of D&E Studios. I am a nail artist and instructor located in Little Rock, Arkansas. My number is 501-909-6886. You can also hit me up on Instagram at d.estudios. Please come book your appointment. I will feel free to see you. See you later.
Headline Starlight.
While she do what she got to do, we're gonna take this time to do a quick commercial break in the Cal podcast. First thing first, I'm gonna say is, hey Tokiana, as I've been doing all season, speaking to you. This part is dedicated to you.
All right, I am back.
All right, and we back. Quick commercial break.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yours.
So the question you asked me earlier is, how did I know that he was assigned to me or that I was assigned to him? Mm-hmm. So I knew it's like different signs when me and him reunited, because we knew each other like when I was like a childhood. So in my childhood, I knew him. The neighborhood that I stayed in, we all were like childhood friends and associates or whatever. And I had always had a crush on him, mm-hmm. and I always liked him, mm-hmm. but I didn't know that he was into me like that. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of kept it to myself. Mm-hmm. But then, of course, we are adults now, mm-hmm. and we reconnected mm-hmm. Through social media. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't go off that many. I don't go that much out. So social media. And
what do you say? I being wanted you?
Huh?
What do you say? I being wanted you?
No. I don't think I would have went for that one because that's kind of corny. Yeah, but
it's getting into the fall season and homecoming season, and that's when most dudes start texting girls and being like, "I been wanted you when you was back in school."
Yeah, but no. So okay. He reached out to me, and then when we started talking, and we realized a lot of things that we could relate to, a lot of trauma bonds that kind of brought us together. Trauma bond. And he had just lost someone, and I also lost a very close person to me, and we basically lost that close, like his person that he lost and the person that I lost. They both passed away from the same thing, and it was like a lot of similarities there. It's just a lot of similarities in our lives that we, when we were talking and stuff and get to know each other more, I noticed. And then when I met his children, that's what sealed the deal for me. Kids. So
So what stood out about his kids?
His kids, the fact that he has two daughters, well, he has three girls total. He has four children, one boy, right? So he has three girls, but the two girls that live with us, their mom passed away, same as mine. And it was the same thing that took both our moms. And then I just related to mostly, you know, the void that the girls were feeling. I kind of felt like I was feeling that void, and they felt the void for myself. Still are feeling that void for me. And like him as a man, I feel like he is understanding of me. He's patient with me. So those things kind of made me be more drawn to him. Like I'm really trying to open up here, but
no, but let me say this, because I know this is new to you.
It's new.
Yeah, it's new. It's new for a lot of people, and I know some people don't want to look a certain way. They don't know if to say this or say that. So that's why we got questions for you, because I did have questions, but now after you told me you married, like I'm gonna use them, but I ain't gonna use all of them, because now you said his daughters drew you into him. Most people, or let me say this, most women meeting a man with 4 kids, to them that's a red flag. But to you, you said his daughters. Like, you don't hear that all the time. Like, some girls will be like, oh, he got 4 kids. Nah, let me leave him alone, because I ain't trying to be baby mama number 5, not knowing the situation.
Well, clear that up. He got it was 2 moms for both sets of children.
Okay.
The first 2 kids, they got a different mom. The last 2 girls that stay with us permanently, their mom was the one that passed away.
How
but the girls, they are young.
Okay.
They are well, when I first met them, they were 6 and 7, okay. But now they're 10 and 11.
Or are you getting them in that stage?
Yeah. So they were they still babies, but they were babies basically when I met them. Yeah, it was a lot of red flags, but it was also a lot of pros that made me stay. Because I was definitely like, both, it's a big number.
And then on top of that, you're a mother as well. So it's like, how does my child going to fit into his life with 4?
Right. And I also would like to have another child. Ooh. So that was something that we discussed at the beginning. Like, hey, are we gonna expand? Are your 4 just it? Like, So of course he's open to having more kids with me. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like as long as he can provide for us, as long as, comfortable, and he's taking care of us, he loves us. So, and we love him. So
I hear you, India Shaban. We got India Shaban in the calf, boy. This is news to me. Like, it was no Facebook status, no none of that. Just only reason why I brought it up because you put your hand up.
Oh, I was just scratching my head, probably.
Yeah, because usually most girls I ask me, is that real or is that an ugly man ring?
Yeah, we married, but I don't. You know how I am. I don't put all my stuff out there and everything. So.
Well, when I put this, I make sure not to put none of this part. I put some of this other stuff out there. So, but look at you blushing and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really trying to keep it together right now, but because I don't, you already know how I am, but yeah, I mean, yeah, things did. We have had our ups and downs. We've been together for 4 years, and that's just life.
Oh yeah,
but
tested.
Huh?
Y'all relationship tested.
Say it one more time.
Y'all relationship tested.
Oh yes, definitely. We have been through some tests. Definitely. But I'm very resilient, and he is as well. Because the old me would probably have been choked the deuces, but I didn't. I'm more patient. And I noticed that he has made me more patient. And I learned a lot from him because he is so patient. He is gentle. I'm not that gentle. But I have learned to be more soft. I've learned to be softer by being with him.
As we see the great as well.
Huh?
As I see you're great as well.
Oh, great. I've been great. I've been great for a minute. That's been a minute.
Once again, remember, you don't post a lot.
Huh?
You don't post a lot. So it's like, this is all
of it's new. Yeah. All of it's new to you because I really don't post that much. You don't see me that much. I don't go nowhere. I'm home all the time.
Like finding you is like finding Waldo.
Yeah. I like it like that too.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can get you open up a little bit. Not a lot, maybe about 35%, because we got a game that we call 10,000.
Okay.
Now, India, this game, I'm gonna give you $10,000.
All right.
I don't want to know what you did. All I want to know is how much money you got left. So if I ask you, India, have you stole from Walmart? I don't want to know if you did it or not. Just subtract the $1,000 from the 10 and let me know how much money you got at the end.
Okay.
So, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
First question. Now, you don't answer. I'm going to run through the question. Now, if you need me to slow down, tell me to slow down. But all I need to know is how much money. First question, India. Question number 1. Have you made a sex tape? Question number... Don't answer the question.
My bad. Okay, go ahead.
Don't answer the question. Just subtract. If you did, subtract $1,000. If you didn't, keep $1,000. So we already know question number 1, you still at 10,000. Okay?
Okay.
Question number 2, have you ever seen somebody have sex live, not a porno? Question number 3, send a naked photo. Question number 4, been caught having sex. Question number 5, you had sex with somebody and you were shocked how terrible they were. Question number 6, you had sex in a public place. Question number 7, you had sex with a Caucasian or Mexican man. Question number 8, you had sex with somebody with the same sex. Question number 9, you had a threesome. And question number 10, you had sex with someone that you knew you shouldn't have sex with. Now, I already know number 1, so you're still at 10. But how much money do you got left, India?
I have about. Because it was one question that I couldn't really hear. I think it was question number 4.
Question number 4, been caught having sex.
Oh no, it was the one after that one.
You had sex with somebody and you were shocked how terrible they were.
Oh, okay. All right. So I might be at 5. I'm 5. Yeah.
It's all good. The lowest is 0. We actually had somebody hit 0.
Oh man.
Yep.
I mean, no judgment. They say life.
Everybody had a life. Everybody had a life. Everybody had a life. So we ain't tripping. We call that game $10,000. Hoping that opened up your little bit.
Right.
So now back to the topic, assignment and attachment. have you been with somebody and you thought that they was assigned to your life, but you found out that they were an attachment?
Yeah, definitely. I had to think hard on that one because it was a while ago, and it's been some years. But yeah, definitely have been in that situation.
How that has affected you?
You just realize that you were holding on the whole time.
That's the first.
Yeah, you realize you were holding on the whole time. You realize that maybe slightly delusional because you were making up a story in your head that really wasn't, and you believed it. And that's what I did with myself. I believed that story and I ran with that story. But then one day reality hit me and I was like, oh, maybe not. So yeah, I've had that situation before. Of course, it was somebody else that I dated a long time ago.
Gotcha.
Long. Yeah.
Long time ago. What have there ever been like friends? Because like I'm realizing a lot of people that I thought that I'd be kicking it for a long time. Really, like literally, I want to say like maybe 3 months ago, like one person, like I ain't spoke to them ever since. So have it been like a realizing like, let me say it this way. At the age you're at now, can you recognize who's just attached to you for the season?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, of course not like immediately because some people are good at hiding it. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, yeah. For the most part, I can tell. I mean, off the conversation, off the actions, because I look at the actions more than anything. Because I mean, of course, you can hear out of a conversation, you can hear a lie, you can catch some stuff like some holes or whatever. But when you start paying attention to the way they move in and the way that they, respond to you in certain situations, then that's when you wise up and you're like, nah, this might be the person that this might not be the person that I need to be dealt with, Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've had that situation. I mean, quite a few times. Of course, at my big age, I've had that situation quite a few times, and realized that that's the reason why I like to stay to myself.
So did that kind of affect you in a kind of way? Like, you know what? Let me just let it be what it be and just keep to myself.
Well, no, I just leave them in the past. It is what it is. Yeah, no grudges, no animosity. Everybody raised differently. Everybody have a different outlook and perception of things. I don't try to make anybody want to treat me any type of way or anything like that. But I do not accept certain behaviors and I do not accept, certain treatments. So I just separate myself. Don't nobody owe me anything and I don't owe them nothing. So move on.
We got India Shaban in the calf with us, man. I'm just saying that. We got India Shaban in the calf with us. Season 6. Just repeat the stuff over and over, just for purpose and all that. Podcast life. So you'll get used to it once you start your podcast.
You said I'll be there when I start a podcast.
Yeah, whenever you start yours.
I mean, I was thinking about that, but I'm having a hard time opening up. Yeah, I could be home and everything, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I could do this and everything. But then as soon as the light's on, like right now, I'm itching.
Yeah, red button. It has its pros and cons. Like at first, so I got 2 co-hosts, and I said if we're gonna do this, if they're not gonna open up, I gotta open up. So I talk more about me and what I go through. Like I talk about from past history to relationships to stuff I'm going through. Now some stuff I do keep to the heart. I ain't finna tell you everything. But some stuff is like, you know what? Have at it. Do what y'all want to do. Tell the world. Like, if I told about the situation with, no, I ain't gonna say her name, but you would know. It was a young lady that we went to high school. She was 04.
Mm-hmm.
We got together after I came back to Jacksonville, but we stopped talking. Like, well, I ain't gonna say I stopped. She just stopped answering my phone calls and my text messages. And then literally like 2000, I want to say 18 or 19, she just popped up married with a family and everything. And I saw her in Walmart. And she literally ran up to me and hugged me and with everything. And I looked, I'm like, where did she like at the time where you was at in life, AJ? That's not where I wanted to be. Where I'm at right now is where I want to be. I wanted to be married. I wanted to have the kids, the family, and everything. She said, "You're a good dude, but at the time, you was not what I wanted."
Right.
So I talk about that experience, and everybody's like, "Well, she was foul." I said, "No, she wasn't. She knew what she wanted."
Right.
And at the time, I couldn't provide for her. I barely had a job. Just graduated from school and everything. I was still staying with my mom.
Right.
So she knew what she wanted. She just didn't want to wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I talk about the experience. Then I talk about the perfume experience, which I would tell you too. Talking to an older lady. We was doing our thing, what the older people do. But she had this perfume that used to make me itch. And I asked people, I said, hey, what can I do to tell her nicely to change her perfume? And somebody say, do she wear anything else? And I'll buy it. And I asked her, she was like, no, I wear this. And when I tell you she wear this, at her house, on her perfume thing, was either more bottles of it or empty bottles of it. And I was like, I just got to tell her, like, yo, every time we get together, it's fun, but I got to go home and take a shower because your perfume made me itch.
Wow.
And she took her perfume and sprayed it in my face.
Oh.
And then I took her perfume bottle and went outside and threw it down the road. Now, India, a perfume bottle, it usually would crack, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Not her perfume bottle. I threw that bitch and that bitch bounced like on a river.
Yes,
down the road.
She was seasoned.
So yeah, so I talk about those experiences, my experience, before I let them talk about yours. So if you don't open up, it's cool. I got questions to get around it, not for you to open up, but to give
well,
you
I have things I don't mind opening up to, and but like with my relationship, because that's his business. Mm-hmm. Also, I don't want to, step on his toes because that's his business as well. Gotcha. But anything else, I'm an open book. Yeah. I like, even when you were talking earlier, you were saying something about attachments and stuff. Like, I noticed that a lot of times I build an attachment with people too soon. Well, not now since I'm older because I've learned from it. But when I was younger and inexperienced with life, I would attach myself to people that weren't the best for me. Mm-hmm. Only because it was something that I saw in them that I wanted to learn from and that I wanted to build my character around. Not saying I wanted to be like them or nothing, but you pick up certain things from everybody. You pick up stuff from everybody that you know. Mm-hmm. So I noticed that I did that a lot coming up, and I was influenced by maybe not the best ideas, only because my foundation was very weak. I have daddy issues. So wanting to be accepted was a lot of my problem coming up. Mm-hmm. And I would do things that I knew that I wasn't supposed to do just to fit, not fit in. I'm gonna just say it, just to fit in with the group of people that I was hanging around, but that wasn't who I was naturally. And then I had to find myself. And I found myself mostly like I'm able to be who I genuinely am being with my husband. And that's another thing that I do appreciate is because like I am able to be India with no judgment. India is weird. India is the awkward black girl. That's who I always have been. But I don't know if I showed that to you, but I never really
I never got
showed that.
I never got the awkward black girl. Like I'm like the first time I actually really saw you, I want to say it was 10th grade, Mr. Sinclair. That was my first time I ever noticed. Like it was like I'm like, who this chick? But everybody know her name.
Yeah.
And then it was like her name India. So I'm thinking maybe it's like a nickname because she light skinned. No, that's her name.
Yeah.
And so like I never got the awkward black girl. If it was, you hit that bitch real good.
Yeah, because like I said, I was trying to fit in. So the things that I was really interested in, I ain't let people know I was interested in all that nerdy, dorky type stuff. I tried to be hood and
yes. Yeah, there we go. That's
yeah.
that's the Indian that I know. I was like, yeah, real hood. Yeah.
Yeah. But that is not really India.
I ain't gonna say fight wise, but it was like you was city girls before there was city girls.
Yep.
Like you was city girls, but with the big white tee and the jersey dresses.
Yeah. Yeah. I can admit to that.
So it was like, yeah, like the awkward black girl, this just like, hey, excuse me, ma'am, who are you?
Who are you? Yeah, exactly. But no, this is really who I am, and I'm more confident than who I am now. I mean, I'm older too, so I have to be who I am now. But yeah, when I was hanging with friends of mine, then they'll catch some things and they'll be like, "India, you kind of weird," but I quickly took it away. You know,
put that jersey dress on and them Air Force on, and let's get it, girl.
Yeah. So let me tuck that thing in the back.
Go to the fair, get that name spray painted on the shirt. Big India.
I'm done. I have never worn spray painted t-shirts.
No, I mean, hey, everybody. You remember that? I know this outside. You remember that year? Everybody went to the fair, got the spray visor or this t-shirt, and everybody had Lil in their name.
Yeah. I remember that.
That was an area in Jacksonville that I'll never forget.
I remember that. I wanted one of those shirts, but my mama was like, no.
I got the visor. I got the visor. I had two of them. I had a red one and a blue one.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. I remember. I did get a visor, but my mom would not let me get all the clothes and all that stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does India feel today about everything?
I mean, I feel good about life, honestly, but I mean, there's some things that happened in my past that still kind of like, cause the decisions that you make in life, you will see the result of them later. It don't matter how much later it is, you will eventually see them. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of things that I wish I would have done in my past. Like I'm starting to sound like the older people that when we were kids and you hear them saying, but it is definitely some things in my past. So I'm like, dang, I wish I would have done better this way. I wish I would have applied myself better,
I'm with
yeah.
You.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff that I wish, like, especially when it comes school wise and also money wise. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, the entrepreneurial lifestyle I told was a negative thing, but it actually turned out to probably be something better for me because I nobody talked about what it took but the freedom. Everybody was like, you gotta get a 9-to-5, go get a salary, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you though, because I mean that's the same thing. So I mean, like I said, with those when I was younger and being around the wrong people, because of course, like we were talking about earlier, is attachment, and you have those bonds with people that were probably not built on the best relations, or being relative to people in a way that's probably not so positive in life. And then you end up sticking with them out of loyalty or whatever. But then when you realize that they're not loyal to you, then you have to eventually just say, well, let's cut these ties and let's move on. But I have definitely had those situations in my past where I allowed those connections to shape my future. Even though they're no longer in my present, those connections did shape my future, and they had a lasting effect on my life.
So let me ask you, when it comes to family, because they still our family, we can't do nothing about it.
Right.
Can you tell who's an attachment and assignment to you?
You said when it comes to family, can I tell you attachment what now?
Can you tell which is attachment or assignment to you for your life?
Oh, when it comes to family, absolutely. Yeah, you got this for family, got to see them for face value as well. But it's a little harder though, because like you said, it is family. You grew up around these people, you've been knowing them all your life, and you've been programmed by your family, your mom or whoever is your overseer in your life. You've been programmed to be loyal to these people, and then they'll keep on burning you, they keep on betraying you, and then eventually you'll wake up and say, okay, I don't need to deal with this. I had a cousin that I realized was an attachment, and with that cousin, me and her fell out, and it came to physical blows. And from there, I just don't deal with her no more at all. Absolutely. But I have had some stupid moments where I was like, okay, I forgive you. Like, she stole from me numerous of times, and I still let her back into my circle. I still gave her my trust, maybe not as much as I did before, but I still gave her enough trust that she didn't deserve. And I realized that once we became physical with each other. So I feel like once you got me to that point, because even when I was in that Nuck If You Buck era, I hate to say this, but I'm open up right here. I am a crybaby. So whenever I get to that point where I got to put my hands on you, it's hurting me so bad on the inside, real bad. And that's my blood on top of that. So like, I have a love for people in general, but then when it's your blood, you feel like it's even worse.
Yeah, it's a whole nother level.
Huh?
It's a whole nother level.
It's a whole nother level, right? Because you like, this is my blood. That's even worse. Because like I said, I already care for people. I already want to see people do good. Like, I'm in healthcare. That's the career that I picked in life, is to be in healthcare. Obviously, because I have a caring heart. So people off the street, strangers, whoever, I want to see them do good. I'm not in competition with anyone but myself. And so with seeing stuff like that, then, it's being your family, and you feel like this is the person I'm supposed to protect, and they're supposed to protect me. And then when that person attacks you and betray you and, misuse your trust, that is painful. That's a scar that you can't get over it. And that is definitely an eye opener. Like, it made me realize that nobody has to be there for you. Like, honestly, nobody owes you anything. It's awful to feel that way, because you do want to have that hope, but the reality of it is that nobody owes you anything. Like my dad taught me that. Like I said, I got daddy issues. He taught me that just because you're my daughter, I don't have to love you, you know?
Yeah.
So with, those experiences, it just helped me to be a better mom to my children and be a better wife to my husband and know in my family, my brother, my sisters, my family that are there in my life that are supportive of me, I appreciate them so much more because I know that they are there for me. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, thank God you got over the daddy issue thing, because most girls with daddy issues and it turned out to be strippers.
Well, I wasn't a stripper, but I probably was maybe a step away. I had my thoughts. I remember one time me and one of my other homegirls, I ain't saying no names, but I remember one of my other homegirls was talking about being a stripper.
Was it Anthony's King?
What?
Nothing.
You crazy. But no, we
Hey,
had
Anthony's, much love, boo. Shout out to my nieces.
He is funny. Anthony's,
I
didn't say anything. I don't know what he talk about.
Shout out to my nieces. Zari and
But
Kennedy.
no, I had a friend girl that said, I sound like an old lady for real, not friend girl. Lord have mercy.
Come on with it, boo. Come on with it. Y'all went to the strip club and said, let me put on this slip and shake it for $1.
No, so let me tell you the whole story. The whole thing was we were both strapped for cash. And of course, we just graduated from high school. So we were strapped for cash. And I was like, maybe we need to go be a stripper. You got a little donkey donk and everything. And I got a little something to work with.
Yeah, Lord.
I was like, but we both got brothers. So they might kill us. So we need to do this a little bit discreet. So our plan was to put on masks and go to another city, like close to Jacksonville.
First of all, the mask wasn't gonna work, but the other part of the city, that could have worked.
Yeah, we were trying. So we were gonna go to another city.
Y'all better not say Orlando. Don't say Orlando.
No, not Orlando. No, it's gonna be somewhere like nobody even really heard of. It's part of Florida that nobody really know about, but mostly white people go to it. Something like that.
Oh, like Destin and Sarasota and Melbourne, Florida. Okay, I'm with you. Go ahead.
Somewhere we won't run into.
No, you ain't gonna. No, none of that. Go ahead.
Right. So we had a whole plan going and everything. But of course, we chickened out and didn't do it. But I definitely had my moments of thinking about being a stripper. Quite a few times. I'd have been at work, sit, in the bathroom, like, do I want to go back to work? Y'all make more money if I go be a stripper.
Take that thing, girl. What was going to be your name? That's the real question.
I forgot what was going to be my name. It was something crazy, though. Midnight something. I forgot. But it was
Midnight.
I forgot what the name was, but we were throwing so many ideas out there. Like, let's see if this might work. Do you think this the name?
You should have went with Thicker Honest.
Maybe that could have been a good one.
Yeah, your name already Indian Thicker Honest.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But I'm too old now. I get up there on the strip pole. They'll be like, girl, if you don't go sit down and grab your cane.
Yeah, like, girl, here, take this $6, man. Go get you some
okay. Juice. Ma'am.
Man. Yeah, that's what they're gonna say to ma'am. Nobody wants to hear this Lil Jon no more.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my stripper music.
Yeah, all doing all the dancing to Lil Jon, doing the name, all that, and yeah,
exactly.
You did good in life. Except for the name Midnight. I don't know where you was going with that.
Honestly, I think it was Midnight Falcon or something. I forgot.
India, shut up. India, shut up.
I ain't lying.
Midnight Falcon?
Yeah.
India, that's a cartoon.
I didn't want it to be traced back to me at all whatsoever.
You really showing your geeky side now.
Yeah.
What you probably been out there playing Tetris.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love Tetris.
Thank Jesus you stay away from my favorite spots. Ooh.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I had my moments, but I mean, I grew up. Sometimes I still have the moments where I'm like, nah, no, I'm just playing. I don't have the moments for real. They'll be like, no, that's too much say like. But yeah, so life has definitely turned around for me.
Amen. Thank Jesus. What? I can see it now. Girl, India who? Shaban from Ribault. Where she at? She had the silver fox. India had the silver fox. What's she doing
Sterling.
now?
Sterling to have a nigga fit. I'm
What?
sorry for saying the N-word, but he'll have a whole fit.
You can say we don't say it worse on here. You can say
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
Silver
My brother ain't going
fox.
for that.
Especially the Mirage was my spot.
Right.
Mirage let me in when I was 16, and I never left him. I never left it. I was a loyal customer.
Yeah.
Loyal customer. So
You talking about the Mirage? I remember, but no. I didn't have my moments, but no. I even was talking to a couple of girls. Yeah, it was after that, the first friend that I was telling you about that I'm not going to name. Then I had another group of girls that I was hanging with, and they were actually traveling strippers for real. And they were trying to get me to do it. And they was like, yeah, let's go down Miami, get some butt shots, and
oh, what? You already had enough.
yeah, no, that was back in the day though. So like, everybody was like butt shot, butt shot, butt shots all the time. And I was like, yeah, let's go do it. But I of course I never done that. But I was definitely thinking about it. I seriously consider being a stripper.
And thank God for your chickiness and your geekiness there. They say something that pulled you out. We happy to hear that.
Hush.
You would have been happy to die out. So it's all good.
Right.
So as with your geeky side, what are some things that you do that's like geeky that might be geek? Excuse me, that some people might find geeky about India?
I love science. I literally love science. I don't even. I fangirl about any type of experiments or just learning the world around us. It's exciting to me. It's very exciting. So I do like little experiments with my kids, of course.
Can't wait for the science. I can bet you can't wait for the science fair, but them like go all out.
Yeah.
Take off and everything. Like most people take off for like go on vacation. Nah, I gotta do my baby science fair. Go ahead, talk about it.
That's what I do for real. I take over.
Hey man,
they science projects and the history projects. I literally take over.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm a history geek. I love talking about what happened back in the day.
Me too.
Somebody asked me if you could pick somewhere to go. Everybody was like Jamaica, Paris, and Brazil. I said North Dakota, and the reason why because of the Crazy Horse statue. I don't know if you know who Crazy Horse is.
I heard that before, but no, not really.
So Crazy Horse is an Indian that he was the first to come up with war or strategic plans. Like they was trying to take his land, like the white people, the American government was trying to take the land. So what he did was he sent Indians to go, I think it's either west or east, and they came around. So when all the white men came with their guns and stuff, they thinking they finna kill everybody in front of them, not knowing that he got Indians behind them, just taking them out one by one.
Right. Wow.
So and they building a monument about him, but they don't got the funds. So if you go to YouTube and look it up, like they just finished his face, and they say the whole thing will be completed by year 2065. But they started on it in like 1980 something.
Right.
But
that sounds interesting.
The American government won't give them money to fund it, to get it done earlier. So these people are literally raising money off for donations, and they got like a little museum. I think it's like, I don't even know how much to get. I ain't gonna lie, but that's how they're keeping things rolling.
Yeah.
So that's just me being a geek and, you know, dealing with American history. Like, I love going to DC.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, all of that stuff is exciting to, you know, get into and learn and understand history, because like history builds so much around us, and it's so many like little details and things that you, if you knew your history, then you'll know better about a lot more of functioning of the world around us and our politics and everything else. So yeah,
let me ask you this question. India, when did you hear about Juneteenth?
I've been knowing about Juneteenth. My mom was always pro anything Black, so I've always known about Juneteenth. I don't remember when
I didn't hear about Juneteenth until I got to Grambling.
Until you got when?
To Grambling, to the school.
Really?
I never heard of Juneteenth. I never heard of Juneteenth. I got it wasn't for this teacher. I forget her name. She's a professor. I stayed for summer school, and she told me, I need you. I took mass media, but our class was in charge of the newspaper, which I wasn't thrilled about because I wanted to do sports. She was like, no, I need you to go cover the Juneteenth festival. And I was like, what is that? And she looked at it. And she's like, what you mean? What is that? I'm like, what is the Juneteenth festival? She's like, you don't know what Juneteenth is? I'm like, ma'am, I have no clue what that is. Is that something go down in June?
It did.
I never heard of Juneteenth until I went to Graham. And the
That's
crazy part of it is crazy. It's like, I never heard nobody talk about Juneteenth around me.
Really? Well, no, I didn't talk about a lot of that stuff. Remember, I told you I didn't talk about a lot of things.
No, not you. I'm talking about older Black people.
Oh, older people. Yeah.
None of the teachers at school never mentioned it.
That's true.
None of the people at church never mentioned it. It was never something like, we selling Juneteenth this Sunday. I never heard of it.
No, you didn't start hearing about it being popular until until our adulthood. Definitely. I don't remember exactly around what time that was either. But I do know that I've been knowing about Juneteenth for like forever, basically. I knew, you know, what happened with it, the whole history and everything. But like my mom always just kept us abreast on history and, you know, Black culture and African spirituality and things like that. So she always made sure that me and my brothers were connected with our roots in some kind of way. I know we all look a little, like you said, light skin. I don't think I'm light skin, but you know, my brother Sterling and everything. But my mom always made definitely. But my mom always made sure we knew Black, you know. So I always celebrate Black. Anything Black. That's just always been us. Like I knew mother in Hebrew is Ima. That's what my mom always told us to call her, was Ima. You know, and things like that. So like she just always taught us stuff since we were kids. I knew more about Black history than anything before I started school.
Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, what else? The Civil War, the Montgomery bus boycott, slavery. That's the only thing I probably knew before. Literally, these last 8 years of my life, I've learned more about Black history than anything. But those were the main things I knew off top.
Really?
Like, I didn't know about dang, I was just talking about this. The Louisiana massacre, where white people just was killing Black people. I didn't know nothing about Wall Street, Tulsa, Black Wall Street. I knew none of that. I didn't know that most of the anything dealing with engineering, the internet, what's the ice box on the trucks, all that was created by Black people.
Yeah.
The traffic lights, Black person. I didn't know none of that stuff.
Yeah, and I knew about the traffic light and stuff like that because my mom, when I was little, she would make us do these projects and stuff, like especially if we were watching like music videos or if we found interest in something, she'll make us like read up on it and research it. And I remember one time she was like saying something about a remote control or something, and she was like, somebody Black created that. Somebody Black came up with that. And I'm like, really? And then she just made me start looking at the, like stuff that we use in everyday life that was influenced by by Black people. And then she also helped us to understand that so many things were created by Black people and invented, but it was hidden under their slave master because they are
the patent. They created the patent to because at the time they couldn't say that I just this why I get it. How would a white man know how to build a plow when they ain't in the field working?
Exactly.
So what they invented was the patent. So where now, if a Black person say I created that, well, do you own the patent?
Exactly. Right.
So
exactly. And then of course my grandma told me about the poor man copyright, so that whenever you do come up with your own ideas and everything, you write a letter or whatever and you mail it back to yourself, and you don't take the I think you don't open up the envelope or something. So, like they always taught us different things. My grandfather, he was a part of the guerrilla gang that was from 21st Phoenix out east. They were if you look up Acts Saturday, if you ever heard
yeah. I know
yeah.
Acts Saturday. People don't believe me when I tell them about that story.
Yeah. Oh, it happened.
Yeah.
I did a whole report on it. But Acts Saturday, my granddad, he was one of the, gang, like they called them the guerrilla gang. So he was a part of the guerrilla gang, and he was of course fighting against all the white people downtown. They were the ones that kind of sparked that whole fight between them because it was down to him in part, of course, and during the sit-ins and everything during segregation. And they were like our protectors, so they didn't mind fighting. But you did have people that were there peacefully protesting, but of course you had those like my granddad that was not
niggas.
Peaceful.
Yeah, the real niggas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is turning to be
book.
This is really turning to be interesting. I wish I would have known more about this side of India.
Yeah.
Jersey dress India is like, ugh. She was cute though. She was bad, but that was about it. Let me, take it to the skate ring. But this part we could have had a long conversation. We could have went to the museum and everything. That's what's up, India. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we get to the end.
Yeah.
Well, this is the Cal podcast questions. We're going to ask you. You could pick one or the other. Some you could fill in. You could pick 2 out of 3, but you can't pick all 3. So you ready?
Okay.
First question: love or money?
Love
or money?
I just told you love.
Oh, love. Okay, I thought you thought most people say it with enthusiasm, like love. You said it, love. So
no, I mean money is not gonna do much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Financial literacy or health literacy?
Health literacy.
Now this one you can pick 2 out of 3, 1 out of 3, but you can't pick all 3. T-shirt and panties, lingerie, or nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
All right. India, is dating on potential a good or bad thing?
Dating on potential?
Mm-hmm. Is that
That is probably a bad thing. Because I don't care how much potential you got. If you ain't using it, it's a waste.
Okay. India, what is something that you plan to let go in the year 2023?
Negativity. Hurt.
Write this down.
Stupid decisions.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot, ain't it? Loaded. But yeah, I mean, just thinking things all the way through. Like really, like I want to be more proactive with my life. And think about things before they even happen and try to come up with some type of solution before, even if it's not happening. Have you had scenarios playing in your head? Always, right? Actually taking those scenarios and planning them completely out so that you can make a proper decision in life.
All right. Pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Shave, chia pet, or landing strip?
What was that first one?
Shave, chia pet, or landing strip?
All.
Can't
like
pick
shave?
All three. Shave?
Yeah.
Okay. India, how long should good sex last?
As long as you need it to get off. Sometimes it can be done in a couple of minutes. Huh?
Oh, hey, you said that. Mm-hmm. Toys in the bedroom, yes or no?
It just depends on if your partner is comfortable with it, but I'm good with it. As long as your partner is comfortable and open.
What is on your bedroom bucket list?
You in my business.
Yes,
all right.
I am.
Yes, so, I am. Remember one of those questions you asked earlier?
Which one?
About
the 10K? Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's one of them I wanted to do, but have not because I can't completely to completely commit to it.
What is it? I'm gonna edit this part.
Oh Lord, I don't know if I should say this.
No, I said I'm gonna edit it.
You gonna edit it?
I promise. I'm looking at the time now.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that might be something you already would have took care of.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That's new.
You are so confused right now.
I'm not. Listen, it's 2023. I'm speaking to you. Will be surprised at the conversation that I had with some women that was already knocked out.
Really? Nope. I never done it.
It's maybe 4 girls I know who probably never done it, and especially the ones who went to college. They all done it.
Oh, see, yeah, I'm sure they have, but nah. And then I never went off to college. I stayed here in Jacksonville, that's another mistake I made in life. But whatever, that's life, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I should have went off to college. But no, I stayed here. So I was always close to home and basically being controlled on a tight leash.
Let me just throw this at you. That's gonna be a great birthday or anniversary gift. I just want to throw that at you. So yeah, whenever you get the courage to do it, that's gonna be one hell of an anniversary or birthday gift. Whenever you do it.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about, but I don't even know how to even initiate that.
Don't worry. When you ready,
yeah,
I guarantee you, it's somebody who been looking at you, been wanting to. As we move on with these questions, India, what is something you plan to accomplish before 2024?
Being more secure in my career.
India.
Mhm.
Oh, this is damn. You know what? I forgot to ask people this question, but I gotta ask this question. Name 3 things you like about Black people, and I don't want you to say I like our rhythm. I like our food. Give me 3 things that's really, really deep about you. Really love about Black people.
Black people are resilient first.
There we go.
First and foremost, we are very resilient. We are intelligent. We are the mothers and fathers of earth. 3. Boom.
India, if you could ask God one question, what would it be?
Probably the worst question to ask. What they say, don't never ask God what? Why?
And that's a lie. And you should.
That's what they say though.
It's a lie. You should, because he'll tell you why. He want to tell you why.
He want to tell you why.
It's certain. He do things for a reason, and he will show you why. Because the biggest question I asked when I came back to Jacksonville, I literally couldn't find a job for nothing, and I'm like, what's going on? I asked God, why did you bring me back to Jacksonville? And literally 9 days later, 6 days later, no. I asked that question on a Saturday. 4 days later, he answered. He took my grandma.
Wow.
If I would have did what I did and stayed in Louisiana, I would have missed out probably 2 months being with my grandma. So when I asked that question, he literally answered it immediately. So when people say don't ask that question, no, you should ask, because he's going to tell you why.
He gonna tell you why. You might not like the answer, but he gonna tell you.
Like it's something.
He or she or they. Sorry.
Yeah, however you want to do it. But yeah, I would have been them last 2 months, I would have been in Louisiana, still calling my grandma. But her last 2 months on Earth, I was able to be with her. So I don't know why people say that, but you should, because he'll tell you why. He want to tell you why.
Right.
So, and then the last question, and then we ask everybody. This is a Cal podcast question. I really want to see how you're gonna answer this. Who got the better pancakes, Whataburger or Cracker Barrel?
Whataburger. Pancakes? I never even had pancakes from Whataburger.
You need to go try them.
So I'm gonna have to go to Cracker Barrel.
I'm gonna give you that one.
Yeah, because I never had Whataburger ever.
You should try them. They got pancakes.
I didn't even know they had pancakes.
Yes, they do. They cook them on the spot and they big.
Wow. I mean, they gotta be as Whataburger, so what a pancake.
No,
that was
they're just pancakes. Keep that geeky side over there.
I added that.
I know that was the geeky side. I'm gonna let that.
Yeah, it came out. I told you she's more comfortable now.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We can have more conversations about history. I love it.
I'm excited. Actually, I don't even want this to end anymore. Now I'm ready to finish. Ask me another question. That's it.
Okay. I got a question for you. This might be a good question for you. I'm gonna give you 2 questions, then I'm gonna have to wrap it up because I am recording. So this is more like a story. So it was a young lady. I went to a party. It was a group of girls. I'm just sitting there talking, flirting. But one girl was talking about how can she get her man to give, how can she make her find a man to where the man she want to give him that trench coat love, but she don't know if he will reciprocate it back. So for you, what would it take for you, for what advice you give for her to give her man that type of trench coat love? Because everybody, you ain't just putting on a trench coat for anybody.
Yeah. So exactly. So sometimes you just got to take a risk, just like with business or anything else in life. If you want it to work, or if you want it bad enough, you'll take the risk on it and you'll just go for it. So I would just say, just go for it. And if he doesn't appreciate it, he ain't the one. Because you basically giving him your all. That's something that you feel like you digging deep down to even muster up to do. So if you're doing that and you showing him who you are and he rejects it, then that's probably not the best person to be with. But I would definitely just go for it.
And why is dating on potential a bad thing? Because how can you, it gotta be a reason to date somebody. You're just not dating because they're cute. You gotta
No, absolutely. No, a lot of times I feel like potential is okay, so it's just depending on your perception of the word potential, right? So with potential, what I've always seen potential be is somebody saying, I want to do but never do. Or I want to, this is, they just dreamers. They just dreaming about it, but they don't put forth no effort to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? And you try to push them to do it and they just don't want to go forward. You know what I'm saying? I feel like potential, a lot of, like, if you have the potential to do it, just do it. Like, it shouldn't be potential. It should just be in action. It should just be,
Is this in the beginning stages, like when we first texting and talking? Or this
so what you mean potential? What you mean potential? Because I'm talking about potential like in life, potential in success.
I'm saying that if I walk up to you in the club, how you doing? My name is AJ. What is your name?
Oh, okay. You mean like that, potential like that. I guess I wasn't putting that. That wasn't a potential I was thinking about.
If we 6 months, a year, we talking, I get that part.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about, I just met you. I just slid in your DM. I just finally, we having Netflix and chills. Right now, we just doing coffee dates. I haven't met your mama. You haven't met my mama.
Yeah, I need to know you a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot just date you. I can't date you off potential date either. I need to know you better because I don't want to tie myself down, because that's how you end up building those attachments. When you dating somebody off of what they potentially can be for you, you don't know if they can be that yet because they haven't put forth any action. I'm dating you and we still doing Netflix and chill. Why are we still Netflixing and chilling and it's the third date? You know what I'm saying? Like, potential, I know that you want to take me out on a horse and carriage. I know that potentially you can take me out on a horse and carriage, but you haven't yet. And I can't go off of what you're dreaming about. I got to go off of what you're doing, So I will check them out. And I guess you call that dating, but I will check them out, see how, just talk to them, get to know them and everything. But then after I see that it's not going anywhere, then it's, it got to be done. It's ended.
And then I'm going to bring you back this season just to get you on with the crew. Since you little open up now. We got the geeky Indian in here. So this was fun.
Yeah. Send me some stuff and I'll do some research on it.
I got you. I promise you, I got you. Don't worry, I got you. I ain't gonna hold the time. But I know you don't, but I just do. This is a part of the show where we give you the flow where you want to promote your social medias and anything out there. But I know you don't do that. So, is there anything you want to say before?
My name on Instagram is my first and last name, adding the Dix at the end because my last name is Dix now. And then so that's India Shaban Dix. And then my Facebook is the same. I do hair here and there sometimes, but not really, a little bit. You already told them that in the beginning. And then I'm in the healthcare. This is something that I do want to talk about though. Of course, I know this is the end, but I do want to talk about like African spirituality, things like that.
I'm gonna tell you something in the after. As soon as we get done with this, I'm gonna tell you something about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm gonna tell you some more about that. But go ahead, I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah. So I want to talk about African spirituality. Like I like talking about that kind of stuff. So whenever we can, and you have another podcast meeting thingy like you did tonight, I would definitely be excited to do that. Well,
We got Mrs. India Shaban Dix in the cap with us. Finally got somebody on from Jacksonville back in the cap. India, I really do appreciate you getting on, boo.
Yes, I appreciate you inviting me.
So we're gonna do this again. So, like I always say, we're gonna get better and do better. Perk and Quita had the night out, so I had to head them down. And y'all have a good night.
You too.
G14 classified.
Headline.
That's good.
Starlight.
DJ Star.